Hello friends, in our last video we understood about oscillatory motion. We understood how to create oscillatory motion from circular motion. And in this video we are going to create one robot which uses oscillatory motion. And that is swing. We are going to construct the swing as a part of our robotics construction level 1, seeing only the picture of the swing. So what are our learning objectives? Assemble swing from picture. So you will be given a picture only and you will have to assemble the swing looking at the picture. We will also understand motor positioning. We will understand the oscillatory movement. We have learned it and we will understand while we are building it now. And we will revise our understanding about 5 important points related to oscillatory movement. So here is the picture for the swing. Watch the picture closely. Construct the swing as much as possible. Maybe you will not be able to construct it fully. Do not worry. Whatever you are able to do that much. Do not operate the swing. Before operating, watch the construction steps carefully and then check if you have made any mistakes, correct them, and then you can operate the swing. So pause your video, watch the picture and start making swing. Okay, I hope you have made the swing and let's now see the construction steps for swing. Check if you have created them as shown in the construction steps. In step 1, we will create our push-pull rod. You remember push-pull rod, we use single bar and we need to have 2 holes at the ends. One to mount on earth point and one to connect to the pendulum rod. So to do that, we use flat rotators at end and we attach one nut and bolt to get 2 holes, one here and one here. One flat connector is attached in the front of the single bar and one in the rear, whereas the direction of bolt in both the cases is same. We'll call this as assembly A. Now we will take a double bar and we will attach motor there. The position of the motor is decided based on the position of the assembly we want. And we want rotating assembly, the assembly which gives circular motion, to be at the end here. I also want the assembly to rotate slow. So I'm going to use a combination of medium gear and small gear. I'll take both medium gear and small gear, mesh them and see where their holes come. And accordingly, I have put the motor here. Since I wanted the motor shaft at this position, I could not put it in a horizontal fashion. So I have used slanting pattern here. To attach the gear, we need an axle, and when we need axle, we need a hole. So we have created one hole using a flat rotator by attaching only one bolt to the flat rotator. We have inserted one spacer onto the motor shaft so that the gear while rotating does not touch any of these bolt heads. Let's move to the next step. Now you see we have put one small gear onto the motor shaft here and a medium gear is put using axle in the hole which we created using the flat rotator. Now there is one shaft lock behind this medium gear so that it aligns with this small gear perfectly and also avoids any contact with this head of the bolt which we use to attach the flat rotator. On the rear side, we have attached one more shaft lock to hold the axle in place. Now here we have created our fulcrum point. If you remember, our fulcrum point should be tightly connected with the base. We have used 1.5-inch bolt and a nut and connected this bolt here very tightly. Let's move to the next step now. We are mounting a flat rotator on the axle here. This flat rotator acts as a circular moving body and hence we need an earth point. So we are using 1-inch bolt and nut to create earth point. Earth point has to be firm. Hence we have connected it using nut very tightly. And on that we have put one spacer because we want to create some space as we are going to attach the push-pull rod to this earth point. This assembly is mounted onto the axle and secured using the shaft lock here. We have also attached one shaft lock onto the small gear here so that small gear is secured at place. This complete assembly we are calling as assembly B. Let's move to the next step. This creates base and mast. The base we have used C plates, mast we have used L plates. The flat surfaces of the L plates are facing each other inside. We have connected this L plate and this rectangular bar to this C plate using 2 nuts and bolts on both sides. This creates structure which holds the swing. Now this is our assembly B. We have connected this assembly B to the L plate using 2 nuts and bolts here. And we have connected another double bar here using 2 nuts and bolt. That double bar should match with our assembly B. Other than these gears, their positioning should match with assembly B. Here also we have created a pendulum point using 1.5-inch bolt. The pendulum point is connected tightly to the base. And then we have connected 3 spacers each on both the pendulum points. That is just to fill the space which we have. Let's go to the next step. Here we are creating the seat of the swing, and that is created using 2 single bars and a square plate. The square plates and single bars are connected using L connectors. Observe the direction of the bolts used to connect the single bar to the square plate. On one single bar, which is going to be connected to our push-pull rod, we have created a hole using a flat rotator. The flat rotator is attached using single nut and bolt so that the second circular hole can be used as a hole to connect it with the push-pull rod. This we are calling as assembly C. And now we have connected our assembly C and assembly A here. The assembly A is mounted on the earth point from one side, loosely coupled using a nut. And the other side we have connected assembly C again with one nut and bolt, but nut is loosely coupled. We have also connected this side of the single bar of assembly C onto the fulcrum point using a nut which is loosely coupled. This side also it is mounted using a loosely coupled nut. So if you see here, this is loosely coupled, here also loosely coupled, here also loosely coupled, and here also loosely coupled, because these are joints. Since we want our swing to move, we need these joints to be loosely coupled. And that completes our swing. If you have made the swing same like this, go and try it. This will be your first robot having oscillatory motion. The 5 important points. This was our sun point. This was our earth point. And this was our push-pull rod single bar here. This was our pendulum rod. And finally, this was our fulcrum point. So these are the 5 things which we created to get our oscillatory motion. Now you have watched how the 5 important things about oscillatory motion are implemented in a robot. We are going to practice this motion by creating a few more oscillatory motion robots. We'll come back with those videos shortly.